Hi, it's October, and I'm going to show you how I turn my apples into cider. This video is probably over a number of sessions, but the first part is squashing the apples and getting the apple juice out of it. Right, to do that, I'm up here in my shed, and some of the equipment I've got a big plastic thing to put the apple juice in, and although it looks a bit grubby, it's actually been sterilised on the inside for the last couple of weeks. I've got something to do the mushing, which is a plastic container, and then I've got my sledgehammer, which I've cleaned, which will mush the apples. I've got my apples here, and I've got different varieties, and I'll mix them. I see some are starting to go off a bit, so I'll get rid of those in the process, but mushier the better. I then got my apple press, which I bought a few years ago, and that's all the kit with it, it comes with it. And then I've got a blue bowl there to collect the apple juice before it goes into there. So I'll show you how it all works. To work with this job is pulping, because I don't have a special pulping machine. So what I tend to do is use a plastic bowl, a clean sledgehammer, and the apples. And then I'll put approximately a third full of apples into here. We've got about that much, which is about a third of the thing full. You'll see in the box there are some apples that are starting to go off. I just chuck those away. Don't squash those because they're already gone over. The squashing process is quite simple. Just up down with the sledgehammer until they're apart. Now, I've squeezed as much as I can in, but don't worry about it because this is the first press. So this first press will get some juice, but it'll also press it down. Then I take it off again, and then put a second press. And what you do is I tend to do 3, and then before I discard the pulp. So on this first press, we'll get some juice, as you'll see, but it's mainly to get the first set of apples pushed down. So if you look, it's quite easy to do. Slippy hands with apples, so sometimes you have to hang on to things. But as you see, this is relatively easy to do. Starts the first compression, and I'll be constrained when this bar hits the wood top there. And what I do then is undo it and repress. Undo it, put more apples in, and then press it again. And I do that a number of times, and you'll see. So let me just show you. Here we go. Here's the apple juice coming. As I keep twisting. Lovely. The top here I can straighten now because the bar's touching that, so I can't press any further, and yet I've got a lot more. So this is where we will undo it and put some more apples in and press again. We'll reload it up, second press, and off we go. And as you see, you'll see now there'll be even more juice coming out once we get cracking. Here we go. So off we go. If it starts squirting out the side, it's best to stop for a minute, just to let it come and then get cracking after. All it's doing is that it's compressing slightly larger pieces, squirting the juice out to the holes rather than it dropping down. Surprising how much juice these apples make, isn't it? I did mention to start with, I actually have bolted this to the wooden table, because otherwise I'd have trouble trying to hold it still as you turn it round, whereas if you bolt it on the 3 legs, makes it, you can put more effort in and it holds steady.